The panel sat there waiting for him to emerge, and when he didn't, my colleague went in there to investigate. This guy was so mortified by what happened, he was trying to climb out the window instead of going back in the interview room.
Oh, poor fella.
Like, I feel so bad for that guy.
Oh
like,
gosh.
Clearly he was like, I need to get out of this place.
Get me out of
by
here.
any means necessary. Welcome to the Rom-Com Rewind podcast.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Devin.
And like you, I love rewatching movies over and over again.
You're here, you found it to you found us, you made it to us. You love romantic comedies, which is great news because we do as well.
So this is a show where we rewatch rom-coms, break them down a bit for you. Maybe take a peek behind the curtain, dig beneath the surface, and decide, does it still hold up?
Today we have Step
Brothers.
Brothers, not necessarily a rom-com, although
It's a bromance.
I will argue that the two main characters are married, and then we do have romances.
Oh, yes.
With our two other main characters and some other people. So there is romance in here.
Yeah.
If you want to call
we can sell it that way with a bromance.
If you want to call Catherine Hahn attacking John C. Reilly in a washroom. Romance.
It totally reminds me of Melissa McCarthy in Bridesmaids when she's on the airplane with her husband and she's like, I'm gonna climb you like a tree.
With the
her
actor is her husband.
Yes,
the character is
yes.
not playing.
No, I shouldn't say that. Yes, her actual real life husband.
Yeah, it is very like that actually.
Yeah.
That's a good rec there, Sarah. Wherever you're listening to us, please leave a review. They help more people find us. But also, so many conversations from the pod continue on our Instagram account. So if you don't follow us there yet, get on it at Romcom Rewind on Instagram.
We have a message from Ashley. She says, hi, Sarah and Devin. I have been meaning to reach out for so long and I absolutely love the podcast. I've been binge listening every week now for the last couple of months while I clean my apartment.
How big's your apartment? How long
Well,
does
I
it
don't
take
know.
to clean?
But I think she's a very tidy person, which is phenomenal. But thank you so much for your message.
Yeah.
She also sent me a really great TikTok that I will have to share on our stories.
What it looks like Seth Meyers interviewing somebody.
Yes, I'm very excited. I haven't watched it yet. I just got the message.
I swear to God, if it's Andy Samberg, I'm gonna lose it.
I kind of hope it is, but I don't know. I will post it to our TikTok, to our stories on Instagram today.
Absolutely. And as much as I poke fun, Ashley, thank you so much for letting us be your companion while you clean. You know, it's so funny hearing from people the different things that they do to us. Like, I believe there was a girl in Nova Scotia who planted trees over the summer listening to us last year.
Did a lot of field work, I think, outside.
Yeah. And just different people like running errands, physically running, like jogging.
Yeah, I would like to think that the person who does the field work, we kept the bears away with her, you know? Maybe she played it on like speaker. I don't know.
Don't use bear spray. Use the Romcom Rewind podcast. That feels like a liability issue. Don't actually.
No.
Step Brothers is a 2008 comedy. Maybe a little bit of ramen there. Directed by Adam McKay, produced by Jimmy Miller and Judd Apatow, and written by Will Ferrell and Adam McKay. This is the story of Brennan Huff, played by Will Ferrell. And it's also the story of Dale Doback, played by John C. Reilly. Brennan and Dale, they come together as stepbrothers when their parents end up falling in love, getting married, and moving in together. Brennan and Dale are, they're unique in that they're in their 40s. Or, I mean, one of them's 39, turning 40, but for all intents and purposes, they're in their 40s.
Yeah.
They both still live at home with their parents. Nancy and Robert, played by Mary Steenburgen and Richard Jenkins. It's like Richard Jenkins month on the pod. We had
Seriously.
no idea.
Yeah, we really, yeah. I think it was an inception for us because we talked about it in the last movie, about all the movies he was in, and one of them was Step Brothers.
Yeah, well, we did Eat, Pray, Love, and
Yeah.
he's randomly in that. We did Aloha.
Yes, which I don't know if he was in. I don't think he was in that one. But he was in another one that we did recently.
Yes. Wow, he wasn't in Aloha? Okay. My gosh, I just assume Richard Jenkins is in everything. Gosh.
Rumor has it.
That's right. It had Richard Jenkins. So these boys are the definition of man children, though.
Yes.
And all of the chaos in the world erupts for Dale and Brennan when these two stepbrothers are kind of forced to live together and everything that comes along with that. There are also amazing supporting performances in this movie by Adam Scott, Catherine Hahn, and Rob Riggle. I'll leave that as your lead-in for Step Brothers.
It's probably good.
What are your thoughts?
When Robert and Nancy became man and wife, their children became stepbrothers.
Hey.
Now,
Brennan, you and Dale are going to have to share a room. Just until the two of you get jobs and you move out.
they're living side by side.
Are you awake? Yeah. I hate your guts. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
Working out their differences.
I think they're starting to like each other.
You'll find throughout this pod, I refuse to call them like the boys. Like I will always refer to them as like Dale and Brennan or Brennan and Dale, because they are not boys, but they act like children.
Yeah.
They're grown men acting so much like children that yeah. So you'll notice that piece. But otherwise, this is comedic gold from 2008. It is hilarious. There are some points in time where I'm like, oh my God, too far. Like at the end where everything just goes unhinged and we have like a zombie like apocalypse scene where he like comes out of the earth.
Yes,
I'm
that
like,
scene. Yeah,
I'm like,
that's great.
You think that's great.
Oh.
I mean, that was tailored for you
Whoa.
as a male audience, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I
I
think
thought
so.
it was so. Wait. Are you talking about the whole like? I thought you were dead.
You're alive! Oh my god! I'm alive! You were dead! I saw you die! I was faking. I used ninja focus to slow my heart rate down. What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive! I'm alive!
You're
Yeah.
burying me. Yeah. That's such a funny scene. What are you talking about?
Like exactly, point made right there. Anyway, no, the writing in this, the cast was phenomenal. I love.
Still alive. Sorry, keep going.
No, that's okay. I'm glad you like to continue it. It was really good. This movie I haven't seen in a really long time, but like I do quote this movie, the Catalina wine mixer,
Oh.
the, so much room for activities. Can we make bunk beds? Like there's so many gold lines in this that are just hilarious and have me laughing out loud the whole time I'm watching.
Okay, like this is a teaser for like maybe midway through the pod, but like you said it best just now. Is this the most quotable movie of all time? Don't answer the question.
Okay. Okay.
Don't answer the question.
I won't.
We will have a tail of the tape because there are some good nominees, but I think this one's up there. Like there's just so much in this film. It's so close to perfect in my opinion. It's packed with comedy. It's zany. It's weird. Everyone is funny in this though. Like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, like, okay, those are our comedians. They're going to come out swinging. But then like Adam Scott,
He's really good in this.
he has some amazing moments. Mary, Richard, Rob frickin' Riggle. And then like, I can't believe I got to the end of the list and I haven't mentioned Catherine Hahn in this film is unhinged.
She is in the best way. And I love it. It's hilarious.
Hilarious. I think my biggest takeaway with this film is that I think it really dictates the fickle beast that is comedy. Because we've also watched Will Ferrell. He's missed big on some other movies in the past. Not every comedy is created equal. In fact, every notable comedy actor, I think, can say, like, this person, Adam Sandler, love him, but, like, these three movies are huge misses.
Right.
Will Ferrell, he's missed sometimes. But it's so funny to look at this movie and be like, oh, wow, it's so weird, and it's so zany, and it's so odd, and that's hilarious. Whereas you look at another movie, and you're like, oh, it's weird, it's zany, and it's just not funny. Like, this film just has something that they nailed that other comedy movies try so hard to do, and they don't hit it in the same way that Step Brothers does,
I do agree. Like there's like a formula here that they've been able to achieve in a few other Will Ferrell movies, like Talladega Nights is hilarious. Yep. Anchorman is a very, very fave for me.
But that's a great example because Anchorman 2 did not get great reviews. Anchorman 1 is like a top 10 comedy movie of all time.
Yeah, the amount of times that I quote that movie is embarrassing. to this day. Anyway, we could go on and on about, comedies and Will Ferrell and et cetera. We will be.
I've got multiple things
Fantastic.
during this pod about all of that. So we're gonna do it, but let's dive in.
So it's a quick beginning to the love story for Nancy and Robert. So the mom and dad, Nancy goes to a conference and Robert's speaking. Things get hot and heavy. And before you know it, they're married and moving in together with their 40-year-old sons, Brennan and Dale. Now, they are man children, and the parents are 1,000% enablers. I will just preface that.
I mean,
Watching this now as a parent,
I was about to say,
I'm like, oh my God.
Parent Sarah watching this is hilarious because, and also like myself as well. As parents, you definitely watch this film a little bit differently.
Yeah. For sure. So first family dinner, it was rough. They find out they have to share a room. Brennan, I could say the boys, but I'm going to say Brennan and Dale. And that Brennan was not allowed to touch the drum set. Those are the ground rules. Nancy and Robert go to bed. They discuss why each boy never left. Dale's dad said probably because of entitlement and things to do with his mother. Nancy says that Brennan never left because, when her and her ex got a divorce, as well as Derek, the younger son, started chanting at a school talent show that Brennan has a mangina.
Okay, is this where,
which is hilarious.
Like in high school, we made
Terrible,
the joke
but
about
hilarious.
people having manginas, and I didn't really realize.
Did you? Because I didn't.
Clearly, it's a boy thing. Because yes, we did. Like that was a part of the vernacular for maybe a couple.
I
years.
was gonna say I like how you were like, yeah, when we made that joke, and it's like, no.
Am I the only one?
I
Hello?
don't.
Bueller? Nobody?
Yes, possibly.
Well, I was about to ask you. Like, I can't believe I didn't realize this is where the whole mangina thing came from. But like, there's the whole mangina thing for you. You never.
Well, I mean, I've heard of it. Like, I've heard of the haha joke. I mean, is it hilarious in the movie? Yes. I think it's used outside of this. Potentially, no.
Like, did they come up with the mangina?
Well, 2008. I'm gonna say no.
Do you think mangina was already a part of just like popular culture at that point?
I think it might have been on an UrbanDictionary.com situation.
Okay. All right.
Maybe not,
You know what?
yeah.
During the pod, I'll get to the bottom of this. We're going to find out where mangina started or if it started with this movie.
Cannot wait. Brennan never sang again, though. So the brothers, Brennan and Dale, decide to hate each other and proceed to do a montage of pranking each other and hating on each other. There's a lot of montages in this movie. Unfortunately, no dress-up montages for Sarah, but they're good. They're well done.
The pranks come to a conclusion with the classic.
Well, I was going to say Dale does come home to find Brennan using his drum set.
Yes.
They start arguing.
Do you touch my drum set?
Nope.
It's just weird, because seems like someone definitely touched my drum set.
Yeah, that is weird. Because I didn't touch him.
Hey! Did you touch my drum set?
Hey, knock it off!
I know you touched my drumstick, because the left one has a chip in it.
You sound insane. Do you realize that? You should be medicated.
I know you touched my drum set, and I want to hear that dirty little mouth admit
You
it.
get out of my face, or I'm gonna roundhouse your ass.
Brennan goes to put his balls on the drum set. They physically start fighting. The entire neighborhood is there watching. They say they have to find a job. This is Nancy and Robert basically reprimanding them, saying they have 1 month to find a job. Also turns out that they are both sleepwalkers.
Oh my gosh.
Like, where did they, honestly, I have this written down because I needed to say this, because at this point in this movie, I was like, where did they come up with this shit? And I love it.
Was there anything growing up that if your brother touched it, you would have physically hurt him?
Probably.
Do you remember anything specifically?
I have a feeling it might have been like my Barbie, like car Barbie dream home, something like that. I don't know if I think it might have been my Barbies.
Did you touch my Barbie dream doll set?
I mean, I don't sound like that. But yes. And I think for him, I ended up playing like a lot with his like Beyblades and like.
Did you touch my Beyblades?
Yeah. So he wouldn't want me to touch his toys for sure.
It was the Barbies.
Yeah. Which, like, I mean, I freaked out because I had them all set up specifically, dressed specifically, go out on the town, and I didn't want him to touch them.
My Barbies are going out on town. Don't touch them. Did you touch my Barbies?
Their suitcases are prepped and ready to go.
Oh man.
Okay, how about you? Did you have stuff that your sister?
Yeah, probably my PlayStation, but like I don't even know if she knew how to turn it on. So like the fight never happened, but if she did, like anybody who plays video games, you know, like if you have a saved game that's like, yo, I'm crushing this game,
Ooh.
and it's absolutely never touch. Like she could have played it, but just like don't go to the saved games.
You say that Super Nintendo, Super Mario.
Oh, the Mario ones were
the Mario
serious.
World, Super Mario World. We both had separate games.
Yeah.
I think if he touched mine, yeah, cut.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're like, you're
Deservedly
big time
so.
trouble. And yeah, he definitely made it further than me, but I was just like very competitive and did not want him touching my game. Wow, that brought up like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, don't touch my Mario game.
I remember. Don't beat that level for me. I want to beat it. Okay, so this is like the same kind of thing with the drum set. So we meet finally Derek, Brennan's younger brother.
Played by Adam Scott.
Yes.
We meet him as he's driving. This is one of my best scenes. It's not my best scene.
My God.
Them driving and singing.
You don't even look good while you're singing. The worst thing I've ever heard. This is $1,200 a week for voice lessons, and this is what I get? Okay, I'm going to save it with the solo.
Bow, bow, I'm Derek, and I can sing high like that.
Do you have this in your quick facts, by the way? There's something about this scene that I find amazing.
No, I don't.
So in that scene, we've got the two kids in the back. We've got Catherine Hahn and we've got Adam Scott, and they're all singing along in the car.
Yes.
Fun fact about this scene, ladies and gentlemen, Adam Scott is not actually singing.
No way.
He's the only person not singing. And he talked about this in a recent interview, how like there's an actual person singing who like is just off the frame outside of the car, mic'd up. So Adam Scott can see him kind of like in his peripherals or off to the side, and he's lip syncing along to a guy singing in the moment. So the singing is happening in the moment, and Adam Scott in the moment is lip syncing along to the guy.
I think actually takes really great talent to time that up and sync that up with you moving your mouth at the same time as some guy standing like literally next to you.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I think that's more difficult than just learning how to sing.
I would agree with you. I mean, it's also something to be said that the kids can sing better than you, Adam Scott.
I mean, the kids are probably theater majors. You know, Adam Scott's just a comedy actor. But like, yeah, I thought, I'm like, that's so talented that he can like watch somebody sing and just like be going along with it.
It's very true. That's actually very, I did not know that. That was not in my facts.
Fun little quick fact for you. There you go. You're welcome.
So Derek is the biggest asshole in the world.
Yes.
Catherine Hahn is Derek's wife. She's absolutely hilarious, especially when she hits on Dale throughout the entire movie.
Yeah.
However, Dale and Brennan are now friends at this point. Cue the Best Brothers montage of doing things literal children do.
Let's play a game, all right? On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. Don't even think about it. Just name it. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
If you were a chick, who's the one guy you would sleep with?
John Stamos.
What? Did we just become best friends?
Yup.
Do you want to go do karate in the garage?
Yup.
Yeah.
My best scene is, can we make bunk beds? And then proceeding to make said bunk beds, almost killing Brennan. So many activities, so much room for activities. I think that is like by far one of the most quotable and memorable moments from this movie.
Let's do the tale of the tape of most quotable Will Ferrell movies. Let's just start with that. Is this the most quotable Will Ferrell movie?
No.
Here's the tale of the tape. Let's just hit like what's the most quotable line from a Will Ferrell movie? Is it "You Stay Classy, San Diego"?
Okay.
Is it from Anchorman? Obviously.
Yes.
Is it "You're my boy, Blue"?
You're my boy, Blue! You're my boy.
I've used "You're my boy, Blue" so much after Old School came out.
I forgot about Old School. Wow.
If you ain't first, you're last.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby.
Did we just become best friends? Ooh. Step Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
You sit on a throne of lies.
You sit on a throne of lies.
I like that
Elf.
one. Yeah.
Great Odin's Raven, Legend of Ron Burgundy.
I can't pick.
Hansel, so hot right now. Hansel from Zoolander.
Oh, wow.
He was in Zoolander, right?
Okay, I actually don't think I can pick.
Ma the Meatloaf from Wedding Crashers.
Oh, God, that's right.
Ma, the meatloaf!
Santa. Oh my God, Santa's here. I know him from Elf.
I can't pick.
I'm in a glass case of emotion from Anchorman.
So that is the one that I quote the most from Anchorman.
Really?
Yeah, like when I'm just like,
feeling the feelings.
feeling the feelings, and I'm just like, but it's like kind of exaggerated. Like I want to exaggerate it in the moment. You know those TikToks where you're like, what do you say when you're like feeling this, and the other person goes, oh, this, and it's like, that's what I say when I'm feeling like, and I want to exaggerate my emotions. I'm in a glass case of emotion. Okay, anyway, continue.
Well, the last one I have on my list is Shake and Bake from Talladega Nights. But I mean, this movie has a number of them.
Oh, yes. I do think like the most quotable for me is definitely Talladega Nights and Anchorman.
What?
Yes.
Oh, did you say an Anchorman?
An Anchorman.
Yes.
Sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Let me do Anchorman first is the most quotable for me. And then probably Talladega Nights / like Elf Sitch. But I do forget about Zoolander and Wedding Crashers a lot. There's way too many good ones.
So I'm going to argue, like, I thought it was Anchorman, but the more I thought about it, the cyclical nature of Elf, every Christmas we quote the Santa's here thing or the you sit on a throne. Like, I think Elf, for longevity, is going to go longer than all the others because it keeps on popping up every year.
I think you're right, but I do think there's a group of people who, okay, Elf, you either love it or you don't. And I know a lot of people don't like the movie Elf.
What?
I know. I don't know if that's an unpopular opinion. I like the movie Elf. I think it's funny. I don't watch it every year, though.
I'm sure
but
there
if
are people who
Anchorman, The Legend of Ron Burgundy is on, like, I am there with a bowl of popcorn.
Like, it's crazy. Will Ferrell has so many movies that are so quotable. The only movie that I can think of that's like has that many lines of dialogue that just people go back to is Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids is the only one that pops into my head of like, do we still say like, oh, help me, I'm poor? Like, I still make that reference to this day. You know, are you a stove, Steve? Like, are you an appliance? That's the only other movie that I'll randomly just throw a line of dialogue at.
But I think that goes to the writing of Will Ferrell in his movies. I mean, you could say that Adam Sandler has also great comedic timing and great comedic movies, but I think his level of cheese and his level of writing is just not where the level of Will Ferrell's writing is. If that makes sense. Like, the ability to take something so small and turn it into something so, I guess, like mainstream. Like, he's in a glass case of emotion, and I'm only using this.
Really going back to
No. Because he's in a
glass
phone
case of emotion.
No,
you
but he's
said.
in a phone booth. He's in a phone booth, and to take something so mainstream and like put something toward it that like everyone quotes still to this day. Like, you get into it and I think of him like, I'm playing a glass case of emotion. Like, it's
You
just
getting a lot of phone booths lately?
one of those things. Well, no, I don't even know if they exist anymore. But just things like that. Like, I think of the cologne in that, like, right? Like, when it comes out
60% of the time it works every time.
Right? Like, you can quote it right off the bat and I don't even have to continue explaining the scene. You can do it without even visualizing it, and you know that the writing is just very well done. And I think in most recent years, some of the movies, like Daddy's House, I think is what it's called, or the one with Mark Wahlberg, I don't know if all of those hit, right?
Oh,
like,
yeah, no, totally.
I think he ebbs and flows, and in 2008 with Step Brothers, and along with all the other movies that he has, he flowed. That was like some good, fantastic writing by Will Ferrell. All right, let's talk about the second best scene in this movie, the interviews.
Oh, the interviews. Yes. So
they borrow from Robert. Dale and Brennan borrow from Robert tuxedos because they don't actually have any fine clothes.
Okay, here's the thing that I'll argue about this. Most of the time, they are wearing like button-up shirts.
Yes, and khakis. For
yeah,
sure.
so like depending on like they're going to job interviews as janitors, like that would be sufficient. But instead, they ramp it up and go in tuxedos. I've got something at the end of your conversation about interviews. Okay.
You know what? I was just gonna say they interview as a pair. They announce that they're going to F shit up, and they just go ham on every single potential employer, where they either tell the person to shut your mouth, stop talking, have a long-winded fart, or just can't make it past the first sentence in their interview.
Shout out to the two amazing cameos in these scenes.
Yes, thank you.
Seth Rogen in the farting scene and Ken Jeong.
Well, and I would also say there is a director cameo. Adam McKay is one of the job interviewers as well.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize that. Fun little quick fact. Do you have like a worst interview moment?
Yeah, and I think I've talked about this on the podcast where it was for a playground counselor job, and everyone else showed up in like jeans and like a nice clean shirt or t-shirt, whatever. No, my mom took me out to get dress pants and a dress shirt blouse.
Showing up like Hillary Clinton here.
And I literally could have worn a tie and it would have fit with the outfit I was wearing.
Playground counselor. Sarah's running for office over here.
Did I sing a song in front of the interviewers?
Oh my gosh.
With dress pants and a blouse on? Yes,
amazing.
I did. Yes, I did. Did I get the job? Yes.
Oh, hey.
But later on that summer, I did find out that they did talk about what I did wear to the interview.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
Hey, you're making a statement.
It was embarrassing. So embarrassing.
I have for you, Sarah, worst or most embarrassing interview moments as told by Reddit.
I love these.
Because Dale and Brennan, I mean, they take the cake, but some of these are pretty amazing. This person says halfway through the interview, I managed to get my thumb ring stuck in my necklace and had to sit through the entire rest of the interview with my hand stuck to my neck.
Oh, God.
It wasn't that bad until one of the interviewers tried to shake my hand at the end.
Oh God!
Imagine.
That's really funny. That's sorry, I'm just stuck. I can't.
And how do you subtly be like, hey, by the way, like my hand on my neck here, I'm just stuck, but let's keep going. Like, is that what you do? You're just like, let's go with this.
Maybe just be honest and say like, I just need some help. I'm kind of stuck.
This person says 10 years ago, I was interviewing a potential employee. His CV was perfect. His education was spot on. Where he failed was attaching a full frontal naked picture on the CV.
No. Oh, no.
They still hired him.
What?
Like...
Why? Did he come with a nice package?
I
mean... Zing.
Wow.
Right? No?
Yes, we all get the joke, Sarah.
Thank you.
We all know the joke you're making. This person says, my interview was going too well, far too well. I had sat there for 55 minutes with them firing questions at me and me firing answers right back. The nods confirmed it. I was doing really well. I was pretty certain I had the job. They wrapped it up and stood to shake my hand. As I went to stand up myself, I realized that for 55 minutes solid, I had sat with my legs crossed, unmoved. Needless to say, I didn't even make it into a standing position. This person crashed headfirst into a filing cabinet. My legs still locked in a cross position.
Oh, that is terrible when your feet do fall asleep.
I did not get the job.
Oh, what?
You'd think like I would be like, is this a liability issue? We got to get this person out the door.
I don't think that I would judge them. I don't think I would judge them on that. Interesting.
This person says, I interviewed a very nervous chap who had a terrible interview. It was embarrassing for all concerned, really. He got up to leave the room and by accident opened the wrong door and walked right into the stationary cupboard. The panel sat there waiting for him to emerge, and when he didn't, my colleague went in there to investigate. This guy was so mortified by what happened, he was trying to climb out the window instead of going back in the interview room.
Oh, poor fella.
Like, I feel so bad for that guy.
Oh
like,
gosh.
Clearly he was like, I need to get out of this place.
Get me out of
by
here.
any means necessary. Oh, I feel so bad.
So the brothers decide that they're going to open an entertainment business when all of the interviews do not come to fruition. They're going to call it Prestige Worldwide. And on the way home, at first Dale's like, I don't want to go this way. Brendan's like, no, we'll go this way. And he's like, no, like there's this guy. I can't go down this way. No. It's not a guy who's he's afraid of. He's afraid of playground children. They make them eat dog poo. And the parents announced that they're going to be putting the house up for sale around and then go to sail around the world in their boat. And that they're also going to put enough money, again, enabling, in their account to get an apartment for themselves, which actually I guess is not.
That's not enabling.
No, it's like setting them up for success, which I guess is
Damn
nice.
enablers.
Oh, and they also have to go to therapy. So Dale, we see Dale at his therapist first. He tells his therapist, again, I don't know where they come up with this shit. The writing's so good. The plot of Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, he starts explaining the plot of
Which
Goodwill.
is so funny. And then for Brennan's therapist, he falls in love with his right away. It's like love at first sight.
Naturally. Yeah.
Because she gives him the attention that he, I think, so craves.
And also, this is a rom-com rewind podcast, so there's your romance right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, unrequited love. So it's Derek's birthday. They're all at dinner at a restaurant. My thought is, like, how did the brothers end up so different? And also, why does the mother allow the behavior of Derek to occur to Brennan? Like, that's what I like. And again, I think this just falls under like being a little bit of a pushover.
A pushover, yeah. That's
and
why
not wanting to actually deal with the underlining issues of both her children.
Yep.
So there's that. But anyway,
Parent Sarah's here, and she has some deep thoughts for the Will Ferrell movie Step Brothers.
Okay. Catherine Hahn is hiding in the bathroom to sneak up on Dale. They do it in a dirty bathroom.
Oh, this is a wild sex scene.
It is hilarious. It actually, it reminds me of when Step Brothers, when Vince Vaughn's character and Isla Fisher's character.
Oh, Wedding Crashers.
Oh, sorry. What did I say?
You said Step Brothers.
Oh, sorry. Not Step Brothers. Wedding Crashers. When she sneaks up on him and wants to get frisky, and Vince Vaughn is like having none of it, but then he like really wants to.
But then he does want it.
Yeah. Anyway, during dinner, Dale and Brennan present their Prestige Worldwide idea and show their first music video of them on Dale's dad's boat, or Robert's boat.
At the end of the music video, they crash the boat. I just have a thought for you, Sarah, and for everybody. The music video they made was not well made, regardless of the fact that they crashed the boat at the end.
I thought it was pretty well done, but anyway.
Question. And
for them.
And there's no right or wrong answer to this question. It's just a thought I want to put out there into the world.
Okay.
Do we all have someone from our hometowns
Oh, no.
who thought they were going to get into music?
Yes.
And who made a bunch of really, really bad music videos?
Yep.
And those music videos are still to this day just sitting on YouTube. Or maybe they're gone now, but you remember them like, oh, remember when Jimmy wanted to be a rapper? Remember those songs and music videos he made? We all have one of those people in our lives, right?
Yes. Are you talking about Drake?
No, I'm not talking about Drake made it. I'm talking about...
No. But what I mean is, like, when you were like Jimmy, I was like, is this a Degrassi?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about Jimmy at all.
Is this a Degrassi reference?
Jimmy was just a name I made up.
I know, I'm just
for
kidding.
the random horrible rapper from your hometown who
I'm
like
kidding.
made two crappy music videos.
Because it actually worked out really well in Drake's favor.
Oh, Drake, it worked out.
Anyway, but yes, 1,000%.
I think we all have one of those people, right?
I think in one way or another, yeah, like whether it was a music video that was made because they really thought they were good,
Yep.
or maybe ironically, but mostly because they thought they were good.
Yep, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So Robert is absolutely like beside himself with the boat. It's $80,000 in damages. Driving home, Brennan asks them what they thought of the presentation. Nancy says, "What you did to Robert's boat is horrid, but you showed a lot of inventiveness." And I mean, again, enabling gentle parenting gone wrong. I don't know what this is, but Dale and Brennan seem to not care that they actually did all of this damage. Because they believe that this Prestige Worldwide will get them the money that they need to give to Robert, which is not the case at all. But Robert freaks out, and when they ask the parents to invest in this Prestige Worldwide to give them money, and Robert has just had enough. It starts to affect all of the relationships. It's Christmas Eve. Tensions are high in the house. Nancy's playing it like nothing has happened or nothing is wrong. But Robert is so out to lunch. He goes to the Cheesecake Factory for a drink and cheesecake.
Okay, are you on Robert's side here? You'd be like, yeah, I'd this is how I'd react in this situation.
I mean, I think there becomes a point when you're 40 years old that like, what is happening here that you can't move on, like that you can't accept responsibility. Like there was no accepting responsibility. There was no plan put in place for repayment. It was almost as if nothing had happened. Like Nancy just moved on as if nothing was wrong because they can do no wrong.
Okay,
and
so Sarah's a Robert here.
I mean, maybe not like gonna drive off the road, but I think there needs to be some responsibility accepted. They're adults.
I'm also a Robert. I'm just clarifying you are also a Robert.
Yes.
I would be, if my $80,000 boat investment, you guys crashed it, even if they're my children, I would have a meltdown. I would be inconsolable for months, certainly.
Well, and for me, I think it's just the responsibility aspect of like picking that up and then like either, repayment plan or at least getting a job. Like
something,
put a plan in place.
Some restitution.
Yes. Anyways, so Robert gets back and tells Nancy he doesn't think he can forgive them for the boat. Then Dale and Brennan come in sleepwalking again. But Nancy says, don't ever wake a sleepwalker. They start throwing the presents everywhere. But Robert says enough is enough. He takes this opportunity and point in time to start the revolution of Dale and Brennan and gets the crap beaten out of him by two sleepwalking adult men. A few months have passed, and at a family dinner, it's announced that Nancy and Robert will be getting a divorce. Dale and Brennan begin sobbing, and Robert fully blames the two of them for creating resentment between Robert and Nancy. They sell the house, and the men, Dale and Brennan, have to be out of the house the following day. They're going to bed that night, Dale and Brennan, in the house, and they get into an argument because they're blaming each other for their parents getting the divorce. And then it gets really weird, where Brennan goes to play Dale's drums and pretends to be dead, and then Dale goes to bury him.
You're alive! Oh my God! I'm alive! You're dead! I saw you die! I was faking. I used ninja focus to slow my heart rate down. What are you doing? I'm burying you. I'm alive, man. I'm alive.
It's very post-apocalyptic. There's some zombie references here. And yes.
This is like on TikTok, one of the most used audio. Like, I thought you were dead.
Oh my God, of course it is.
And then like, you're burying me? I'm still alive. I've heard that sound used so much over the last like year or so on TikTok.
Interestingly, I have not. So again, the algorithm seeks out those who would appreciate this scene.
I mean, it's just fun. Honestly, as soon as the pod's over, I'll go and show you. Like this is the thing. Yeah,
I appreciate that. There is now a montage of them getting their poop in a pile, as I say, or their lives together, getting jobs, apartments, and just generally growing up as the 40-year-olds that they are. At work, Brennan asks to take on the Catalina wine mixer as a client.
Is this KK? Question, what's your best scene?
Well, I did my best scene.
Oh, your best scene's done?
Yeah, the bunk beds.
Oh my God, the bunk beds?
And then followed by the following scene. Anyway, I already went through it.
That's the wrong best scene. The best scene is the Catalina wine mixer or any scene pertaining to the Catalina wine mixer.
I mean, the effing Catalina wine mixer.
The effing Catalina wine mixer. The conversation where he's asking his brother and the other guy, Rob Riggle, who I don't even know that guy's name. It's just Rob Riggle. It's Rob Riggle playing every character Rob Riggle has ever played, basically. Yes.
It reminds me so much of Jump Street. When he plays,
he's just Rob Riggle.
Totally.
I love how in this scene he's just yelling like pow, pow, and Brennan's like, is he saying pow? And Derek's like, don't mess up the Catalina effing wine mixer, pow. And he's like, is that a pow? It's just so funny.
It's interesting that was not on your list of like most, not the pow, the effing Catalina wine mixer was not on your list of most quotable, because I actually have seen t-shirts of the Catalina wine mixer.
I think it's because the Catalina wine mixer, that quote cannot be attributed to one specific character. Everybody says it at some point. Like at the end, everybody's like,
yes,
effing Catalina wine mixer, effing Catalina wine. Like everybody has a line where they say it. So it's not one character's iconic line. It's like the whole movie,
Right. So Derek does let him have the client for the Catalina wine mixer.
Catalina wine mixer.
And Brennan does a great job. He's invited Robert and Nancy and even has the company Dale is working for catering and cater the food. The band is thrown off stage though, and Derek, Brennan's brother, stepmother is furious with him and says like he's ruined the whole day. Robert realizes this and tells Brennan and Dale to go up there and do Prestige Worldwide.
So his story of explaining how he wanted to be a dinosaur when he was a kid,
oh my God,
is like...
Everybody knew me and was afraid of me. And then one day my dad said, Bobby, you're 17. It's time to throw childish things aside. And I said, okay, Pop. But he didn't really say that. He said, stop being a dinosaur and get a job. But you know, I thought to myself, I'll go to medical school, I'll practice for a little while, and then I'll come back to it.
Dad, how's that a skill?
It's one of those things that, like, I find this movie so brilliant because, like, there are, like, the highlight 4 things that everybody regurgitates from this movie. Like, did we just become best friends? Like,
yeah.
But then there's also just, like, the other random lines. Him pretending to be a dinosaur, that's comedic gold.
It is.
And it's, like, the 8th funniest thing that happens. Like, that's the thing about this movie. Like, there's just so... There's so much to love about it. I thought, like, Richard Jenkins, like... so funny in this moment
when Dale says, Dad, you can't be a dinosaur, you're a human. And it's like, yeah, we know, Dale. Like, it's just the realization, like, you could never be a dinosaur.
God, it's so
yes,
good.
We know. Anyway, they go up, they do Prestige Worldwide. It's fantastic. They do a great job. Brennan starts singing opera and everybody is basically in tears. And Robert in that moment realizes and tells Nancy that I think Brennan did this entire thing to bring us back together. Dale and Brennan, they crush it. Everybody is in love with them. The Catalina wine mixer is a success and all of the loose ends are tied up. Brennan's therapist is there basically wanting him now. They stay professional. The mom tells the mom, though, that she's an enabler. Hallelujah, somebody did. Dale breaks up with Derek's wife. And we then see kind of in the future, I think it's a few months down the road, Derek and Brennan have a good brotherly relationship. Robert has put the actual boat in the tree for them to have a tree house. They both have moved on. I think Brennan is actually dating his therapist now.
Yep.
And they seem to be one cohesive, loving family.
And always, like any proper Will Ferrell movie, it's all sunshine and rainbows. And did they actually learn anything in the end?
No. No, they didn't.
Maybe not. I mean...
Did they grow up? Yes, a little bit.
They're making money is basically the only difference from the beginning of this movie to the end of the... They have jobs and they're making money and they have a career and they have a business. Yeah. But it's still, I mean, gosh, what a beautifully funny, hilarious movie.
It is hilarious.
Quick facts.
So in this movie, Will Ferrell does his own singing and John C. Reilly does all of his own drumming.
Yeah, you can tell. Because the singing was not actually that beautiful. Like, it was good, but it's
it was
not
Will
like,
Ferrell, you know?
Yeah, it was. You could clearly tell that's Will Ferrell.
Yeah. All he needed was a cowbell. So when Brennan and Dale are in their room showing each other their night vision goggles and autographed sword, the camera pans around while the characters are walking, and a Hugo Lowe's pizza car light is on top of the chest of drawers in the room. Will Ferrell's character worked for Hugo Lowe's Pizza in Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, 2006, after he lost his job as a race car driver. The co-writer and director, Adam McKay, wanted to make this a drama and not a comedy.
Oof.
Yeah, that could have been very different.
Thank God we didn't do that.
Thank God. In the commentary, Adam McKay said that they originally went to Catalina Island for location shoots and shots and discovered that he really didn't like it. Instead, they shot on the coast. Catalina Island appears in several of the shots, and McKay chose not to have it digitally edited out as a joke.
Sorry, I am going to sound so ignorant. I did not know that the Catalina wine mixer was based on an actual location that they were filming.
I also didn't know Catalina Island was a thing, but I think it's just because I've never been to that place. Or
Catalina Island or the Catalina wine mixer?
Catalina Island.
Okay.
Yeah.
Both, let's say.
Yeah. Mary Steenburgen played Will Ferrell's stepmother in Elf in 2003, and in this film, Mary plays Ferrell's mother. The book that Nancy is reading during the bunk bed scene is Walking on Eggshells, Navigating the Delicate Relationship Between Adult Children and Parents by Jane Eiley. According to the director's commentary, John C. Reilly met Richard Jenkins in Chicago when Jenkins worked with Reilly's father. John was around 6 years of age at this time.
Oh, cool.
Despite playing his mother, Mary is only 14 years older than Will. The drum set that the band Uptown Girl uses at the party is the same drum set that belongs to Dale in the movie. The name of the high school in which Brennan performs during the talent show and gets made fun of by Derek, his brother, is Great Valley High School, which is the name of the high school Adam McKay attended. John Hamm, Thomas Lennon, and Dax Shepard auditioned for the role of Derek. I think John Hamm could have done it. I think that would have been really funny. I mean, I like Adam Scott in it. It was good. The sword Brennan shows to Dale is a replica of Duncan MacLeod's katana from Highlander, the series from 1992. The Steven Seagal movie that Brennan and Dale are watching is Above the Law from 1988. That is Seagal's acting debut.
Wow. You ever seen Steven Seagal run?
No, I have not.
It's a great deep dive on YouTube or TikTok if you want to watch Steven Seagal running. It's pretty amazing.
The playground bully, Chris Gardocki, is named after an NFL punter who played for the Chicago Bears, Indianapolis Colts, Cleveland Browns, and Pittsburgh Steelers. This movie was shipped to some theaters, not all theaters, under the name The Insane Team. Joaquin Phoenix has said that this is one of his favorite movies. He later starred with John C. Reilly in The Sisters Brothers. In the scene at dinner, they're talking about the bonito run, and Dale asks if bonito fish are big. They laugh and say that they're trophy fish. So yeah, that they're big. In fact, bonito in the Gulf are small fish and aren't trophy fish. They're the same as albacore tuna. They can grow as large as 48 inches and weigh as much as 24 pounds. When Brennan is messing with Dale's drum set, he mentions John Bonham and Led Zeppelin's song Moby Dick, which is famous for its drum solo. In the bathroom scene at the restaurant after seducing Dale, Alice says, "Stay golden, pony boy," a reference to the 1967 book by S.E. Hinton and movie The Outsiders from 1983. During Dale's job interview, Ken Jeong says he knows of a catering company that is looking for people. Ken would later play Alan Duck in the series Party Down from 2009, who owns Party Down Catering. Adam Scott is also in Party Down as a caterer. Adam Scott and Catherine Hahn appeared on Parks and Rec. And if you haven't seen Parks and Recreation, the TV show, I would highly recommend it. Catherine Hahn and Adam Scott appeared in The Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Hahn as Walter's sister and Scott as the takeover director for Life magazine. This is the second collaboration between Will Ferrell and Catherine Hahn. They previously worked together in Anchorman: The Legend of Ron Burgundy. The song from an old pirate musical that Brennan sang at the talent show could be a reference to the musical The Pirates of Penzance. Brennan says he smoked pot with Johnny Hopkins and Sloan Kettering. There is a Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in New York City, which is also mentioned in the lyrics of the opening song A-Punk by the New York City band Vampire Weekend. And although it's not exactly called Johnny, the famous Johns Hopkins Hospital is actually in Baltimore, Maryland. The Los Angeles Metro Gold Line appears, which suggests that most of the film is set in Pasadena.
Just trying to find the origins of Mangina. I think it existed before the movie, though.
Honorable mentions. Okay, my honorable mention is actually tied to like a segment that you did, which is the quotes that come out of this movie. And not only, like, I think all of Will Ferrell's movies, but I think specifically this one as well. Again, it goes back to me talking about the writing between Adam and Will for this movie. It was very well done. And I don't know if they could make a movie like this now per se, but I just wish we could get some true belly laugh comedies out in theaters these days.
Oh, completely agree. I would love to honorably mention the family tree of movies of Will Ferrell. I consider this to be maybe not necessarily the cherry on top, but this is, would you agree, a top 5 Will Ferrell movie?
I think so, yeah.
I've got a question for you, Sarah, and you listening, RCR fan.
What are the top 5?
Not what are the top 5. I've chosen what I'm going to assume are the top 5, but who in comedy acting has the better top 5? I was thinking like comedy family trees, like who has the best family of movies in terms of comedy actors. Okay. Starting with Adam Sandler. So I'm basically going to give you an actor, their top 5.
Yeah.
I've got 5 people on my list, and you give me let's rank them.
Okay.
Adam Sandler's top 5, I'm saying, are Billy Madison, Our 51st Dates, The Wedding Singer, and Happy Gilmore. I actually only did 4 for each, I just realized.
Okay, yeah.
Will Ferrell, I'm saying Anchorman, Talladega Nights,
Yeah.
Step Brothers, Elf, the other guys. So I actually did 5 for Will Ferrell. Don't know why. I think I did 5 for everybody.
I actually don't think I've ever seen the other guys, which is
Oh!
terrible. I know.
Oh, the other guys is so funny. Okay. Jim Carrey,
All right.
because we're going to say The Mask.
Oh, that's like far, far back.
We're going to say Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
Yeah.
We're going to say Bruce Almighty, Liar, Liar, and Dumb and Dumber.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Seth Rogen. We're doing Knocked Up. We're doing Pineapple Express, Neighbors, This Is the End. And I'm going to give him Superbad because he was one of the writers and he was also a side character in Superbad. But
Okay.
he was one of the writers.
God, Superbad was so good. I think I saw that in theaters 3 times.
And it was
Yeah.
fantastic. And then Ben Stiller, we're giving you Zoolander, Tropic Thunder, Dodgeball, Meet the Parents, Night at the Museum. How would you rank those 1 to 5?
I think Will Ferrell
Will Ferrell,
is
number 1.
is number 1. Yeah,
Yep.
because I think there's so many movies. There's a point in time where they're so good. I think I'd probably go Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler, Jim Carrey, Ben Stiller, Seth Rogen. I like... Unpopular opinion, I'm not like a lover of Seth Rogen. I think he's fine. I think he's funny. But I think I liked him in Knocked Up, and I think he was a good writer for Superbad. Some of the other movies he's done, I just don't think he's that great.
Well, you know what? The funny thing is, going through this, like, I only picked movies that, like, this person is the star of the movie. And Seth Rogen has been in a lot of stuff, but I realize, like, it's not as often that he is, like, the star of the thing. Like, Will Ferrell is, like, the guy on the movie poster.
Yeah.
Same with Adam Sandler. Same with Ben Stiller. And
I mean,
in the past, it was Jim Carrey. But so I agree with you. Seth Rogen hasn't always been, like, the poster boy for, like, hey, come to the movies and see Seth Rogen, you know?
yeah, and I think some of these movies anyway, I don't think they've aged great either.
Okay, yeah.
Which is funny because, you know, I mean, some of Jim Carrey, right? His movies, I mean, I don't even think he does movies anymore, really. And I think Will Ferrell's have stood, I think, the comedic test of time the longest or the best. And I think the writing is true throughout the entire movie.
I think the way you listed it, Will Ferrell, Adam Sandler.
Yeah.
Did you have Ben Stiller next?
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey, then Ben Stiller? Okay,
Yeah.
I'd swap those two, but I agree with your list.
It's Tropic Thunder for me, honestly. If Tropic Thunder wasn't there, I probably would have did Ben Stiller than Jim Carrey.
Okay.
It's just, I don't
Wait,
think, yeah.
you don't like Tropic Thunder?
Tropic Thunder, there's a lot of interesting, I'll just say, yeah, I don't know. There's lots wrong with it. They did not age well.
I think Tropic Thunder is still one of my favorite movies. I love Tropic Thunder. It sounds like we're not doing it on the pod anytime soon.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I just think there's aspects of that movie that did not age well.
Well, there's one big aspect that would have to be
Yes,
chatted about.
Yeah.
What should have beens? Dude, I have not a single what should have been. I would love to have just a little piece at the end explaining what happened to Derek and his wife. I'm assuming they got divorced because she fell in love with Dale, but we don't really know. Aside from that, there's not one thing I would change or do differently about this film.
I think I'd want to see, like I said, I think they portray it as they did grow up a little bit, but they're still man-children in the sense that, like, they're in a boat with pirate hats and nudie magazines. Maybe like I don't know, maybe put together their lives a little bit more grown up. I don't know. Like, you got to think about it. They're almost 40. Oh no, they are 40.
They are 40.
Yeah.
They're into their 40s by the end of the
Good
movie.
God.
Overall rewatchability. It's very easy to add up. So I've got 5s across the board.
Wow.
Chemistry, imagination, storyline, cheese, soundtrack, except for
I was going to say.
thirst factor.
I was going to say, I
obviously.
mean, they're not an attractive bunch.
Obviously,
those
but
two.
like I feel like it's tough to not give this movie a great score just because the thirst factor is not. So I'm gonna make the thirst factor a 4.5.
Oh, good God, help you.
That gives us a 4.91
No.
out of 5. This is as close as you can get to a perfect comedy. I mean, comedies are so hard to get right, and this film is so right in so many ways. One of the greatest comedies of all time, Step Brothers. 4.91 out of 5.
All right, my rewatchability is chemistry 5, storyline 4.8, thirst factor 1. I am not even going to give that like a second thought. Imagination 4.8, soundtrack 4.3, cheese 4.3 for an overall score of 4.09 out of 5.
Disgusting.
Oh God.
How dare you? It's been the Rom-Com Rewind of Step Brothers. Wherever you're listening to us, throw us a follow, and make sure, if you're not already, follow us on Instagram at Rom-Com Rewind.
Thanks for listening. Actually, it's 4.03.
Before we end the pod, I found a quick video of Steven Seagal running. So this is what it looks like when he runs. It's very like, I don't know what to do with my hands kind of vibes. like he just flails his arms at his sides.
Yeah, he's like Elastic Man, and like they're too long for his body, and he just like they're like, I don't know what they're doing. It's like where do you put your pocket? Like where do you put your hands when you're taking a photo? Like do they go in the pockets?
Yeah.
Do they just stand there? Like you can't cross your arms because you look angry. It just doesn't know where they're gonna go.
Yeah, that's how Steven Seagal runs. Yeah, fun fact. Find that video if you're listening. Yeah.